When SJRPP went online in late 1986, it was state-of-the-art. It also never stopped running.
The plant was fully loaded night and day. We did very little cycling. It was just so much cheaper than all other sources of energy in this area that it was, loaded to the max all the time. For several years, the plant was actually the plant with the highest capacity factor of any plant in North America.
Tourists came from all over the world to see the control room, the main turbine generators, the tons of coal and petcoke that would eventually fire the plant. It's been said that the character a commissioning crew establishes during initial startup will remain with a power plant throughout its life. For SJRPP, the commissioning crew was fixated on safety.
But it wasn't easy starting out, because most people didn't have a written document. So we had to sit down there and just write all these things down and really document them so everyone would be more trained by safety documents than actually going through the process by yourself.
It was a family atmosphere. Everyone looked out for each other, they cared for each other, and they took care of one another. So if my brother's doing something that I think is going to hurt him, my responsibility is to say, hey, don't you think it's a better way to do that?
From 2011 to 2014, SJRPP employees worked 2 million man-hours with no lost time accidents. In June 2017, the plant achieved another milestone, 1 million man-hours with no recordables. Longtime employees believe safety made the plant successful.
Safety is a big team effort out there. Got a good safety program we had throughout the years. People care about one another. That's probably the biggest part of it.
If anything, that I can say that lasted, it united us, was safety. Because it was always a tailboard topic that we can just get better at, and help the young guys get better at.
SJRPP was JEA's answer to a turbulent time. Throughout the 70s and early 80s, JEA was dependent on OPEC oil to generate electricity. Rates were extremely high. Customers were extremely angry. So JEA teamed up with FPL to build a new coal-fired plant on the north side. City council approvals did not come easily. Northside residents fought what they called a dirty power plant every step of the way. To counter that, JEA promised a park-like atmosphere that included a nature center on Pelotes Island.
A lot of people were impressed by the landscaping, which I guess as an engineer, I always found that, kind of a waste of money, all this landscaping, but whoever thought of that, it was a genius because it did buy us a lot of good PR.
With the plant well under construction, JEA began a nationwide search to hire the best and the brightest to work there. Ricky was 20 years old and living in Minnesota when he drove to Montana for an interview.
And my interview probably lasted 10 minutes, no more than 10 minutes, and somehow, they called me and said I had the job, so I was very fortunate. I've been grateful for that for a long, long time.
Since most employees came from out of state and worked long hours together at the plant, they became extremely close.
Watching people get married, watching people have kids, watching their children get married, watching their children have children. So that's probably, watching the kids grow up, watching everybody grow old is probably that's something I'll always remember. It happened fast.
In the end, longtime employees say they're sad to see the plant close.
I want everyone to know the type of people and the integrity they have at SJRPP. You can't beat that anyway. I wouldn't trade those guys for anybody.
He'll always, hold a place in my heart, and a lot of other guys too.